Hello everybody, I am Joan Lydia Mbeyu. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I just wanted to get here on real quick and share something with you that just dropped in my heart, and I thought it best to share with everybody, particularly my generation, because I know this is a subject matter that really affects many of us, and I can't blame people because I know there's so much that goes on around us on the news, social media that we see concerning this particular subject matter that is not that pleasant. But I just wanted to share something with you so that maybe and hopefully it will change your mind concerning this particular matter, and hopefully it will get better going forward, and we will make some decisions that will help us transform ourselves to better versions of ourselves. So I'll give you a background story before I get into this subject matter. So back in campus, while I was in the university, my mom would call me every Sunday. Every Sunday she made it her her mission to call me to make sure that I go to church. So she would call me and the first question would be, have you gone to church? So I started going to church, not because I really wanted to go to church, but simply because I didn't want to lie to her when she would call me and ask me if I'd gone to church, so that I would not lie to her and tell her no, or yes, I did, well, I didn't go. So I just wanted to be truthful to her, and I would go to church so that when she calls me, I'd be like, yes, mom, I went to church. So I would go to church religiously, not because I really want to be there, just to fulfill my mom's righteousness, if there's a term like that, so that I would just be in her good books. But later on, come 2018, 2019, I stumbled upon a church whereby it helped me develop a relationship with God, in that I became very serious in my relationship with God. It gave me that hunger and thirst to seek God more. So it helped me develop that hunger and thirst to seek God more and more. And it's because I found the right congregation whereby they supported me, they motivated me in seeking God through prayer and through word. And I bless God literally for those people during that particular time of my life. So there's one thing that one person that I really revere and really honor, as those people that I really look up to when it comes to their relationship with God, and I aspire to be more like them because they are disciplined and they are really after God's own heart. They told me once that God gives you a pastor in every season of your life to help you in that journey of your life during that season, that particular season of your life. In that God, in every season of your life, God gives you someone, a spiritual leader, to help you maneuver that season of your life. Meaning that there's a particular pastor that you grew knowing from when you were a young kid to when you became a teenager to now you're an adult. There are times when God says, this is not the man that has that grace to help you journey this life or this season that you're in. So let me connect you with someone who has that grace, who has that capacity, who has the knowledge and the wisdom and the counsel and understanding you need for that particular season of your life. So this is to mean that when it comes to finding a church, it's not a matter of I want to go to a church that has the best worship, or maybe these people know how to pray, or maybe these people know how to expose the word, or it's near my home, or maybe the pastor is my mom's friend or something like that. But it's a matter of asking God, where do you want me to be in this particular season of my life? It's not a matter of, this is my home church. I've been raised in this church. I've been raised in this sect. I cannot move and go to another church. No, it's God, where do you want me to be? this particular season of my life? Which pastor have you anointed to lead me, to counsel me through this season of my life? You know, another thing that this person told me was, always pray that God will give you a man that is a pastor who's after God's own heart, a pastor who genuinely loves God. You know, we live in such a time whereby there's so many churches that have cropped up, and people are motivated by different things. Some are motivated by money, some are motivated by power and fame, to be known as the almighty pastor or something like that. Some are motivated by such things, but tell God to give you a man, a pastor after his own heart, who genuinely loves God, who genuinely loves people and wants to see them prosper and flourish in every area of their lives. You can have a pastor who genuinely loves God, yes, but their love for people is not there. So for them, it's just to enrich their spiritual growth, but they don't care about how the other people are faring. Or someone who genuinely loves people, but their relationship with God is dormant, they're stagnant, they're not growing themselves as pastors. So it's telling God, give me a pastor after your own heart, and who genuinely loves people, who wants to see his congregation flourish in every area of your life. Because you can't be growing spiritually while you're failing in your marriage, while you're failing in your finances, while you're failing in your career. Like, this area of your life spiritually, you are perfect, you are good, but the other areas of your life, you are failing. What is there to brag about being a Christian if one area of your life is doing well when the other side is just pathetic? What is there to flaunt about God and say that I am a believer, I am a follower of Christ, when other areas of your life are just in shambles? What is there to boast? So that's the thing. Telling God, God, give me a man, a pastor who's after your own heart and who genuinely loves his congregations and wants to see them flourish. Nowadays, you have pastors who don't care, who really don't care. They just want to manipulate, exploit people. So it's telling God, God, give me a church whereby the leader of this church is after your heart and genuinely wants to see his followers flourish in every area of their lives. You know, in 2023, generally a better part of last year, 2024, I didn't go to church physically. I used to attend church virtually because I tried going to one church. I didn't feel like it ministered to me. So I resorted to attend church virtually. I was following a particular church that I used to go before. So I was like, since I'm in a different city and I can no longer attend this church physically, so let me just follow it virtually. But it reached a point where I desired to go to church physically. And I just told God, God, I miss going to church physically. So lead me to the right church where you want me to grow, where you want me to serve, where you have chosen that pastor or that leader of that church to minister to me during this season of my life. And let me tell you, when I made that prayer, a particular name of a church dropped in my heart. And I told myself, fine, I'll go visit this church that Sunday. And I did, and best believe me, I've been attending that church since last year, June. Till now, I've become a full-time member. And I love it. I love it because it not only focuses on my spiritual life, but it's also invested in how am I faring in my career, in my finances, in business, in my marriage. Like, how am I doing? And not only that, but even it cares about the youth. It ministers to the youth in their own language, the children in their own language. It's so invested in every area of our lives. And that's the kind of church you should aspire to be in. So tell God, I'm telling you, you cannot just walk into a church and be like, this is the place that I would be going to because I love their music, I love their worship, I love how the pastor preaches. Tell God, where do you want me to go? The church might be in a different location from where you stay, but it will be worth it. It may be 30 minutes drive away from where you are, but it will be worth it and it will make the difference. Don't go to church because of convenience. Tell God to lead you where He wants to plant you for that season of your life. And when you find that church, become a loyal member. And by a loyal member, what do I mean? I mean be plugged in. Be involved in church activities. Be engaged. Be an active participant. Don't just be those kind of people who go to church and once the service is over, they are the first people out of that door. When you hear that there are events on Saturday and you have the time, purpose to attend, be an active participant, and best believe me, you will see the difference. You will see the difference in your life. Trust you me, in your mindset, in your life, you will see the difference. But find the right church first. Don't give up. Don't give up on finding the right church. Just because one church messed you up, it doesn't mean that all churches are that way. There are genuine pastors out here who genuinely love God and who genuinely love people, and they want to see you prosper spiritually and in every area of your life. But you just have to let God do the leading. You just have to let God do the leading. Ephesians 10:25 says that do not neglect the gathering of brotherhood. And by brotherhood, it means the fellowship of other fellow believers. Do not neglect it. Do not neglect the fellowship of other believers. And one advice I'll leave you with is that the church is a hospital. The church is a hospital. Not everybody who goes to church is perfect. No one is perfect, in fact. We are all suffering from our own issues that we need deliverance from. So we all gather in church to seek that assistance from God. So just because a few people in a particular church that you used to go did something bad to you doesn't mean that you should give up on God. God is perfect, man is not. And God is calling us back to Him. So don't give up on church. You need that church. This spiritual walk, this journey as a Christian is not easy. It's not easy. So you need all the support that you can get from your fellow brethren. You need it. And it starts by finding the right support system in church of fellow believers. Let God do the leading. So that's it from me today. I just felt the need to share that with you. And I do hope that you'll give God another chance by finding the right church first. Let Him do the leading. So that's it from me today. Take care till I see you next time in the next video.